Hello and welcome, I'm Miss Bizz, and this guide is all about researching traits and why you want to do it, how you want to do it, everything about researching traits. If you've ever asked somebody when you were brand new, what do you wish you would have done differently when you start ESO, there's a really good chance somebody would have said, I would have started researching my traits earlier. Well, I'm going to explain to you how you do that, why you want your traits researched, and how to go about it. So you can start researching your traits at any time. You do not need a minimum crafting level or anything like that. So let's look into what is a trait. Well, when you go ahead to craft something, if you researched a trait and you have the appropriate trait stone for it, you can add a little something onto your armor or your weapons. Here you can see that for the robe, I have researched infused. This means because I have a bloodstone, I can put the infused trait on an item when I craft it. Keep in mind that you cannot change traits. So once you craft that item, that trait is there forever. And dropped items also have traits on them. You cannot change them. That you're just stuck with that trait. To see what items that you need to research or what you can research, you're going to flip over to your research tab. Here it's going to show you what items you have researched compared to what traits you have not researched. Here on the robe, you can see I've learned infused. Here for the shoes, I've learned quite a few. I've actually learned 4 different traits. And as we flip through, you'll see that every piece of item, you're going to have to research every single trait for that exact type of item. For medium bracers and for boots. So other than adding something, a little extra onto a piece of armor or a weapon you craft, why else do you want to start researching traits so early? Well, that brings me to where I'm right now. This little icon on the map, once you find those, that means it's a set crafting station. That means I can go up to this clothing station, and when I want to make something, I can make a normal piece of armor, or I can make something with a set bonus on it. But here's the trick. You see, Shirt of Seducer, 3 traits. That means I need to know 3 traits on that item in order to actually be able to make it as part of this set. So, if you recall back here on our robes, nope, can't make it. I don't have 3 traits researched. But if we start clicking over, we'll soon find that there should be something I have 3 traits done on, and that includes my guards. So here you can look over. Nope, I cannot make any of those because I do not know 3 traits. But when we come across the guards, I'm actually able to create that item. And of course, I can put on any of the traits that I have researched for that item. This is a huge part because there's some really cool sets. There's a set out there called Twice Born Star, and in order to craft the items for that set, you need to know all 9 traits. Every single one of them. And it takes a really long time. Here, I'll show you for example because I have a trait that I can actually research right now. Here you can see I have an item with reinforced that I can actually research. When I hit R, it's going to show me what item I can research. When you research an item, that destroys the item. You do not get to keep the item, so keep that in mind. You'll notice that's going to take me 5 hours and 24 minutes. Well, I have ESO Plus, so that's going to trim my research time down a bit. I believe the standard is 6 hours, but that's only for your very first trait. If you already know a couple traits, like I already know 2 traits here for bracers, you'll notice my 3rd trait for that item is going to take me 21 hours and 36 minutes. By the time you're actually researching your 9th trait for an item, it takes you a month. Well, since research takes so long, you might want to help yourself out. If you go look into your skills and then go under the appropriate craft that you're looking to change this for, you'll notice each of the equipment crafts have some sort of passive that can reduce your research time. If you put 1 skill point in, it's going to reduce your research time by 5% and allow you to research 2 items at once. If you put a 2nd skill point in, reduces research times by 10% and still allows 2 items. On your 3rd skill point, it's going to reduce research time by 20% and you'll be able to research 3 items at a time. If you go all the way in and put a 4th skill point into this passive, it's going to reduce your research time by 25%. You're still allowed to do 3 items at once, and it's going to limit your research time to 30 days, meaning that 9th trait will only take 30 days or whatever. It will never take longer than 30 days, and that's really handy once you start getting up there and you're trying to get all this research done. So here I'm actually going to go ahead and research this sturdy item. If you have multiple items in your inventory that have this trait on, you'll be able to select which item you want to research because, like I said, it will destroy the item. You'll notice as soon as I start researching, I can no longer pick another item because I don't have any skill points put into that passive. You'll also notice that researching traits can actually unlock you some dies. So if you research one of every kind of trait, it does not need to be for every armor and weapon type yet, you're actually going to unlock an achievement that comes along with a die. And research it at least once, you get another achievement that comes with a die, and if you research Nirnhoned, you're also going to get a die. So researching traits, also great for getting achievements and unlocking more of those dye colors for your costumes and armor. So there you go. That's all it is about traits. Like I said, you have a trait research tab, tons of add-ons that can help you out keeping track of your research, or just a good old spreadsheet will do. And hopefully one day you'll have 9 out of 9 on every item like you can see I have here, because that means any crafted set in the game you're going to be able to make, and you'll be able to put any trait you want on it. If you have any questions about researching traits, how to do it, or why you want to do it, be sure to leave a comment below. If you enjoyed this video and you want to see more of my guides, be sure to subscribe. Thanks for tuning in. Bye for now.